It's like every day there's a new AI thing, right? Algorithm this, neural network that.
Yeah.
Honestly, feels like trying to drink from a fire hose sometimes.
Yeah, I get that. Definitely a lot coming at us. And fast.
And it's so easy to just get caught up in the hype, you know? Like, are we really understanding what's going on here? That's why I'm really glad we're diving into this conversation. Ronley Vaz, he's a computer scientist, but also an AI entrepreneur.
Interesting call.
Totally. And he's talking with Eben Pagan, who, online business expert. And Ronsley himself has actually made over 1,500 podcast episodes.
Wow. Okay. So he knows from information overload then.
Right. So what really struck me wasn't just, the tech stuff, which obviously he's got down, but the way he's rethinking how we even talk about AI. Like, not just a new technology, but he uses this word intelligy.
Intelligy. Okay, I'm curious.
Yeah, it's like we're stuck thinking intelligence is, a human thing, but AI is forcing us to, broaden that out. Eben, at one point, he compares it to, back in the day, calling a computer just a fancy typewriter.
Right. Technically kind of true, but
Completely misses the point.
exactly. We're talking silicon-based now, right?
Yeah.
Not the carbon-based life we're used to from biology. It's got to be different.
And that's where it gets really wild. Bronsley talks about this black box effect, where AI does these amazing things, has these insights, but we don't actually get how it got there.
Yeah, the black box, meaning even the people who build these AI systems, they don't always know the exact path it took to reach a conclusion, right? Just that it crunched tons of data, saw patterns we miss, and boom, here's the answer.
It's almost like AI is having these brain strokes of creativity, but at a speed and scale we can't touch. Ronsley tells this story. An AI he was working with analyzed this super complex business situation in seconds, something that took a whole human team weeks before.
Yeah, that processing power is mind-blowing. And it's not that it's smarter than us in the way we think, but it's got these other strengths. Like that facial recognition stuff they use now. That's AI looking at thousands of tiny details in your face, comparing it against a database, all in a blink of an eye.
So if this intelligence is that different, how do we even start to get it, let alone actually work with it?
Well, that's where prompting comes in. And it's not just typing commands anymore. It's about learning to talk to this new kind of intelligence.
So not like talking to, our phones or whatever. It's deeper than that.
Way deeper. Ronsley, actually, he makes this comparison. Think about you've just hired someone new at work, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just hand them the hardest project with zero explanation and say, go figure it out.
Hopefully not. You'd want to set them up for success, right?
And AI is kind of similar. Needs those clear goals, what it's working with, even a sense of what you want in the end. Ronsley talks about using phrases like act as a, helps set the stage, gives the AI some guardrails for its output.
So instead of just saying, write me a paragraph about X, it's more like, act as a historian, now write me that paragraph.
There you go. It's about kind of like learning the strengths, but also what AI can't do yet, and then phrasing things the right way to get the good stuff out of it.
Almost like, I don't know, learning a new language or something.
And just like any language, there's going to be that learning curve. Ronsley's big on this. Education, experimenting, even just playing around with AI to see what it does.
Not being afraid of it, basically.
Exactly. It's a tool, right?
Yeah.
He wants people to see AI as this gateway. You can do new things with it, not something to be scared of. Dive in, try stuff, mess it up. That's how you learn what it can really do.
So what kind of messing around are we talking here? Give me an example.
He has this whole bit about recursion. Basically, you use the output from the AI, and then that becomes new input, like this feedback loop of exploration.
Yeah.
Say you're stuck on, I don't know, what to write a story about. Could ask the AI to give you some ideas, then you take one of those, feed it back in, be like, okay, now give me characters for this one. Or plot points, even write a whole scene.
Whoa, that's kind of cool, like having a brainstorming buddy who's always got another idea.
Exactly. And that's just one tiny thing, right? The way AI processes stuff, see those patterns, could be applied to, anything. Medicine, finance, even art, you name it.
So it's powerful, we're getting that, but this is where it feels like, okay, now we're getting into some serious future implications, right?
Absolutely. And Ronsley doesn't shy away from that. He straight up says AI is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Can be used for good, obviously, but also, well, not so good. Depends how we develop it, how we use it.
That's a lot of responsibility to lay on us, honestly. Where do we even start with that? It does feel kind of huge, right? Like we've stumbled onto this power, and now it's like, uh-oh, what do we do with it?
No instruction manual for this one. And Ronsley, he uses this analogy, actually, comparing AI to, get this, a child.
A child. Okay, now I'm even more confused.
Bear with me. So a child, they learn by watching, right? Whatever's around them, that's what shapes them. AI is similar, picks up our biases, good and bad, kind of mirrors it back at us.
So if we go into it all scared, thinking AI is going to ruin everything,
Chances are, that's what it'll learn from us. It's kind of freaky when you think about it.
yeah, a little bit. So are you saying, like, to make AI a force for good, we got to be good?
Basically, Ronsley's big on this. Approaching AI with curiosity, compassion, that whole deal. Not treating it like some enemy to be defeated, but a partner, something we can work with.
Not trying to control it, but help it be better.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe in that process, we learn something about ourselves too, right? Imagine AI helping us solve, like, climate change or curing diseases.
Okay, now that's the optimistic future I'm here for.
Right. But it's not guaranteed, is it? That's what makes this whole conversation so important. We're not just, like, picking out a new phone here. This is about the big stuff. What kind of world are we even building?
Definitely bigger than our usual tech talk. And, listening to Ronsley and Eben, it's clear we're at this turning point, this line between, like, human intelligence and artificial. It's blurring fast, but it's not like the future's already written or anything. It's what we choose to do now that'll make the difference. So I guess that's my question for everyone listening. Next time you're using AI, whatever it is, ask yourself, what am I putting out there? Because it's listening and it's learning. And that future, the one we're all heading into, that's on us to shape.